In the daylight, the mansion with its Gothic architecture and sprawling gardens looked impressive. The friends were eager to explore the place they rented on Airbnb, especially the library where they found an old book about the history of the mansion. It said that the mansion had been built by a wealthy family in the 19th century, but they had had their share of tragedies and follies. The most notorious incident was the suicide of the eldest son, who killed his wife and then himself in front of a large mirror in the master bedroom. It was said that the mirror was cursed, and anyone who looked into it would see their worst fears or darkest secrets. As the friends delved deeper into the narrative, they discovered tales of inexplicable occurrences and ghostly apparitions that haunted the corridors at night. The library, with its dusty shelves and ancient tomes, seemed to hold the echoes of the past, each page whispering a story of love, loss, and lingering sorrow. Intrigued yet apprehensive, the group decided to venture into the master bedroom, drawn by the morbid fascination surrounding the cursed mirror. The friends laughed at the story, thinking it was just a legend to scare tourists with. They decided to have some fun and check the mirror with their own eyes. They went to the bedroom where they saw the mirror hanging on the wall. It was a beautiful work of art with a gold frame and intricate carvings. The friends took turns looking in the mirror, joking and posing for selfies. They didn't notice anything unusual except for a slight chill in the air. As each friend faced the mirror, their reflection stared back, capturing moments of laughter and camaraderie frozen in time. The room echoed with the sound of their amusement, and the air seemed charged with the energy of youthful exuberance. The atmosphere remained light-hearted, and the friends dismissed the eerie tales from the past as mere fiction. They dispersed to other rooms, leaving the mirror behind. But as night fell, the mirror began to show them something they didn't want to see. One by one, the friends began to experience strange visions and hallucinations caused by the reflection in the mirror. Anna, who was afraid of spiders, saw them crawling over her body and biting her. She screamed and ran to the bathroom, where she locked herself in and tried to wash them off. But the more she scrubbed them off, the more they multiplied until she was covered in blood and poison. Ben, who had been cheating on his girlfriend, saw her face in the mirror, accusing him of betraying her and breaking her heart. He felt a sharp pain in his chest as if his heart was being ripped out. He collapsed to the floor, clutching his chest and gasping for breath. Claire, who was hiding her addiction to drugs, saw syringes and pills in the mirror that beckoned her to take them. Feeling a strong pull, she reached for them, but they turned into snakes and scorpions, biting and stinging her. She convulsed, foaming at the mouth and shaking uncontrollably. David, haunted by his brother's death, saw him in the mirror, blaming him for not saving him from a car accident. He heard his brother's voice in his head saying he hated him and wished him dead. He felt a rush of guilt and anger and grabbed a knife from the kitchen. He plunged the knife into his stomach, hoping to end his suffering. Emma, who was alone, heard her friends screaming and crying. She ran to the bedroom where she saw a mirror that reflected their deaths. She realized that the mirror was the cause of their terror and that it was too late to save them. She felt a cold hand on her shoulder and turned around. She saw the ghost of her eldest son who had killed his wife and himself in front of the mirror. He smiled evilly and said, "Welcome to the family. You're next." He picked up a bloody axe and swung it at her head. The room plunged into a chilling silence as the ghostly figure loomed over Emma, the sinister smile etched on his spectral face. The air became thick with a palpable sense of dread, and the mirrored surface seemed to distort, reflecting not just the physical reality, but the haunting legacy of tragedy and malevolence that clung to the cursed artifact. The cottage rented through Airbnb looked cozy and charming, nestled in the green hills of the village. The traveler was greeted by the host, a friendly old man with a thick accent. He showed him around the cottage, explaining the amenities and the rules. He also handed him an old, ornate puzzle box, claiming it was a local tradition to solve it during the stay. "It's a bit of a challenge, but very rewarding," the host said. "It has 6 sides, each with a different puzzle. You have to solve them in order, from the easiest to the hardest. Each puzzle will reveal a clue to the next one, and the final one will reveal a secret about the village. It's a fun way to learn about our history and culture." The traveler was intrigued by the puzzle box, which looked like a wooden cube with intricate carvings and symbols. He thanked the host and decided to give it a try. He opened the first side, which had a simple jigsaw puzzle of a map of the village. He quickly put the pieces together and saw a red X marking a spot near the church. He also noticed a small button on the corner of the puzzle, which he pressed. The puzzle slid open, revealing a hidden compartment with a key and a note. The note read, "Congratulations, you have solved the first puzzle. The key will open the door to the second puzzle, which is located in the church. Follow the map and you will find it. Good luck." The traveler was curious and excited. He grabbed the key and the map and headed to the church. He found the door that matched the key and opened it. He entered a dark room, where he saw a large cross on the wall. The cross had a number of holes, each with a different shape. On a table, there was a box with various wooden pieces that fit the holes. The traveler realized it was another puzzle and started to match the pieces to the holes. He soon completed the cross and heard a click. The cross swung open, revealing another compartment with a coin and a note. The note read, "Well done, you have solved the second puzzle. The coin will pay for the third puzzle, which is located in the pub. Follow the map and you will find it. Cheers." The traveler was amused and intrigued. He grabbed the coin and the map and headed to the pub. He found the bartender, who recognized the coin and smiled. He handed him a glass of beer and pointed to a dartboard on the wall. The dartboard had a number of circles, each with a different letter. On a stool, there was a set of darts with numbers on them. The traveler realized it was another puzzle and started to throw the darts at the dartboard. He soon spelled out a word and heard a beep. The dartboard slid open, revealing another compartment with a ring and a note. The note read, "Bravo, you have solved the third puzzle. The ring will unlock the fourth puzzle, which is located in the cemetery. Follow the map and you will find it. Rest in peace." The traveler was surprised and intrigued. He grabbed the ring and the map and headed to the cemetery. He found the grave that matched the ring and inserted it into a slot on the tombstone. He heard a rumble and the tombstone moved aside, revealing a staircase leading down. He descended the stairs and entered a dark chamber where he saw a coffin on a pedestal. The coffin had a number of locks, each with a different symbol. On a shelf, there was a book with various codes and ciphers. The traveler realized it was another puzzle and started to decipher the codes and unlock the locks. He soon opened the coffin and saw a skeleton holding a necklace and a note. The note read, "Excellent, you have solved the fourth puzzle. The necklace will activate the fifth puzzle, which is located in the forest. Follow the map and you will find it. Beware of the wolves." The traveler was shocked and intrigued. He grabbed the necklace and the map and headed to the forest. He found the tree that matched the necklace and hung it on a branch. He heard a howl and saw a pack of wolves emerge from the shadows. The wolves had collars with different colors and numbers. On a rock, there was a paper with a math problem. The traveler realized it was another puzzle and started to solve the problem. He soon figured out the answer and shouted it out loud. The wolves stopped and nodded, and one of them stepped forward. It had a key and a note in its mouth. The note read, "Amazing, you have solved the fifth puzzle. The key will open the door to the sixth and final puzzle, which is located in the cottage. Follow the map and you will find it. Prepare for the truth." The The traveler was stunned and intrigued. He grabbed the key and the map and headed back to the cottage. He found the door that matched the key and opened it. He entered a dark room where he saw a large mirror on the wall. The mirror had a number of cracks, each with a different word. On a desk, there was a pen and a paper with a riddle. The traveler realized it was the last puzzle and started to solve the riddle. He soon wrote down the answer and held it up to the mirror. The mirror glowed and the cracks formed a sentence. The sentence read, "Congratulations, you have solved the sixth and final puzzle. The secret of the village is, you are the sacrifice." The traveler was horrified and confused. He didn't understand what it meant until he saw the host behind him, holding a knife. He smiled wickedly and said, "Thank you for playing. You have completed the ritual." The puzzle box is a trap designed to lure unsuspecting travelers to their doom. The villagers are a cult who worship the ancient evil that dwells in the mirror. Every year, we offer a sacrifice to the mirror to appease the evil and ensure our prosperity. You are the chosen one. You are the sacrifice. The traveler screamed, but it was too late. The host stabbed him in the heart and pushed him into the mirror. The mirror shattered, and the traveler's blood splashed on the wall. The host laughed and said, "The game is over. The secret is revealed. The sacrifice is accepted." The apartment looked perfect for the family who had just moved to the city for a new job. It was spacious, modern, and fully furnished, with a balcony overlooking the skyline. The Airbnb listing also emphasized the apartment's child-friendly amenities, such as a crib, a high chair, and a toy box. The family was happy to find such a great deal and settled in quickly. The first night, they heard their child, Lily, talking in her room. They assumed she was just playing with her toys and didn't pay much attention. The next morning, they asked her who she was talking to. She said, "Charlie. He's my new friend. He lives here too." The parents were puzzled, but thought it was just a harmless imaginary friend. They asked her what Charlie looked like, and she said, "He's a little boy, like me. He has brown hair and blue eyes. He wears a red shirt and blue jeans. He's very nice. He plays with me and tells me stories." The parents smiled and nodded, thinking it was cute. They didn't notice the toy box in the corner, which had a picture of a boy on it, matching Lily's description of Charlie. The second night, they heard Lily laughing in her room. They thought she was having fun with Charlie and didn't bother to check on her. The next morning, they found her toys scattered all over the floor and some of them broken. They asked her what happened, and she said, "Charlie did it. He was angry. He said I wasn't playing with him enough. He said I had to play with him all the time, or he would break all my toys." The parents were concerned, but thought it was just a phase. They told her to be nice to Charlie and to share her toys with him. They also told her to clean up her mess and to be careful with her toys. They didn't notice the scratch marks on the wall, which spelled out Charlie was here. The third night, they heard Lily crying in her room. They rushed to see what was wrong and found her hiding under the covers, trembling. They asked her what happened, and she said, "Charlie hurt me. He was mean. He said I was his now and that I couldn't leave. He said he would hurt me more if I tried to escape. He said he would hurt you too if you tried to take me away from him." The parents were alarmed, but thought it was just a nightmare. They hugged her and comforted her and told her that Charlie wasn't real and that he couldn't hurt her or them. They also told her that they loved her and that they would protect her from anything. They didn't notice the bruises on her arms and legs, which matched the shape of a child's hand. The fourth night, they heard Lily screaming in her room. They ran to save her, but found the door locked. They banged on the door and shouted for Lily to open it. They heard her voice saying, "Help me, Please. Charlie is here. He's angry. He's going to kill me. Please save me." The parents panicked and tried to break down the door. They heard a loud thud and then silence. They finally managed to open the door and saw a horrifying sight. Lily was lying on the floor in a pool of blood. Her throat was slit and her eyes were wide open. Next to her, there was a bloody knife and a note. The note read, "Sorry, you have failed the test. The apartment is not child-friendly. It is haunted by the spirit of Charlie, a child who died here in a fire caused by his abusive parents. He hates adults and he lures children to their death. He is the unseen occupant. You are the next victims." The parents screamed, but it was too late. The door slammed shut and the fire alarm went off. The apartment burst into flames and the parents burned alive. The only thing that survived was the toy box, which had a picture of Charlie on it, smiling wickedly.